Hello everybody, I'm glad you can join me. So today I'm going to be cooking a New York strip steak in my cast iron skillet. And we're going to baste that in a butter sauce with fresh garlic, rosemary, and thyme. It's going to be delicious. I'm Clint and I like to cook. So y'all come along with me. You're going to want to see this steak. All right, so the first thing we want to do is take our steaks and put them in a pan or on a platter. And we want to let these sit out for about 30 minutes to try to come up to room temperature. And then we'll wipe them off with a paper towel to get most of the moisture off of them. So we'll let those set for about 30 minutes and then we'll be back. All right, so our steaks have come to room temperature. So I'm gonna take a paper towel and we're just gonna dab that on there and get the excess moisture off of that. We'll flip that over. We'll do the same thing on the other side. There we go, got those nice and dry. All right, now what we want to do is we want to take some kosher salt and we're going to sprinkle some kosher salt on each side there. All right, now we want to put a little bit of pepper on there, so we'll sprinkle some pepper on there. There we go. Now just kind of press that in just a little bit, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. This is going to be really good, guys, I'm telling you. Little kosher salt. And our pepper. If you don't like pepper, you don't have to have it. But it does help season the steaks pretty well. All right, so we'll get that pushed in there, and then we're going to let that set for just a couple more minutes to kind of absorb that. And then we'll be back. All right, while that salt and pepper is soaking in, I'm going to take me 4 fresh cloves of garlic. And all I want to do is just kind of smash these to open them up. So I take a spatula and give them a good push. That just kind of smashes them a little bit, breaks them open. That's about all we want, because we're going to use that as we're cooking, and that's going to help that release all its flavor. So we're going to set that to the side until it's needed. All right, so I've got my iron skillet and I've put just enough olive oil to cover the bottom of that, and then I'm going to bring that up to heat on medium high before we put the steaks in. All right, we've got our oil up to temperature, so we're going to go ahead and add those steaks in there. And we're going to cook these for about 4 to 5 minutes or so on each side. All right, so it's been about 4 minutes or so, so we're going to go ahead and flip these over. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. All right, we're going to let that cook for just a little longer. All right, so we just flipped those, so I'm going to add a half a stick of butter, and we're going to let that melt. All right, so the butter is melted, so I'm going to add some fresh rosemary. And a few sprigs of some fresh thyme. I'm going to let that kind of cook down and then we're going to take the juices and baste the top of the steaks. All right, so the thyme and rosemary have cooked down, so I'm going to go ahead and add my 4 cloves of garlic that we smashed earlier. And we're going to let that cook down just a little bit. All right, so what we want to do is just kind of tilt the pan until we get some of those juices, and we're just going to start basting the top of our steaks there. We want all that flavor. We'll do this 2 or 3 times. Alright guys, so we flipped the steaks and we've done the same thing on the other side with the butter mixture. Just kind of coating the top of that as it cooks. So we're going to go ahead and get these out and let them rest for about 5 minutes. Alright guys, we've let that rest for about 5 minutes. Boy, look at the juice coming out of that. You talking about gonna be tasty. Alright guys, it's time to see how we did. Oh my goodness. That is full of flavor, I am telling you. Juicy. You can taste all the spices. I mean, that's hard to beat right there. Y'all have got to try that. It's easy. You don't even have to go outside and heat the grill up. So, once again, thanks guys for watching. I appreciate you. God bless.